apply any makeup, make sure that your skin is cleansed and toned and moisturized. If you don't have a lot of time in the morning to do all of those steps, make sure to pay close attention to your nighttime routine, and then in the morning just do a quick cleanse, moisturize, apply your SPF, and then you should be ready to go. Another thing that will help your makeup stay on all day is using a primer. So this is the Illuminating Primer by Flormar. I've been using it for months, and honestly I don't think I'm going to use any other primer. So I use it through the center of my face and then blend it outwards. The cool thing about this is it actually goes a little bit tacky on the skin, so it actually holds onto the makeup a lot better for you. So the next step is to apply concealer. So this is one of my favorite concealers. It's by Urban Decay, and I apply this underneath my eyes. And this is the Naked Skin Concealer. Everybody who I've spoken to who has this loves it. And I'm not a big fan of high-end products, but this one in particular is just like ticks all the boxes for me. I love it for underneath my eyes and around the nose area. It doesn't feel heavy, doesn't go cakey, and I love the color range as well. Once I've applied it where I need to, I then go in with my makeup brush and just buff this in. Now this concealer can actually be used with your fingertips and a sponge, but I'm going to be using the F24. So this is actually a larger foundation brush, and sometimes if I just want sheer coverage, I'll just use this with my liquid, but it buffs in the makeup so well, and you just very lightly glide it over the skin and just let the tops of the bristles touch the skin. So you're not doing this, you're just very lightly touching the skin. Hold your brush sort of like you would like a paintbrush almost, or even a pen, and just buff it in. For foundation, sometimes I'll use a liquid, sometimes I'll use a powder, and sometimes I'll use both. But because I want the skin to be just very natural today, I'm just going to use a mineralized foundation instead. So this is the L'Oreal True Match Mineral. I love this. I'm never going to stop using it. It is amazing. Don't use the brush that it comes with. It's not a good brush. It's actually very rough. I tap a little into the lid, and then I just use my foundation brush that I was using earlier. I just tap off the excess then, getting right back in there. Don't like tap it off in the air or throw it in the air. Tap it back in, because otherwise you're wasting product. So I start on the outside of my face for this, and then I kind of blend inwards. I'm kind of pushing the product onto the skin in this step, and then once it's on there, I can start doing buffing motions. And then I just kind of buff it all over the skin, really working it in there. And this stuff is what me and my mom call magic powder, because it is literally magical. It makes your skin look so flawless. I'm always asked, can you use a moisturizer before you apply mineral? And you actually need to, because it will give the mineral something to hold on to. Putting this on bare skin will just mean you're pushing the powder around. It needs a little bit of moisture to grab hold of. Once I have my base on, I can then move on to my eyebrows. Today I actually have something new. I have the Frame and Tame by NYX, and I use Espresso, and I'm using the E38 to apply this. So you just want to push it into the product and then even just rub off a little bit on the back of your hand. Make sure to put the lid back on, because this will dry out. I actually did a brow tutorial not that long ago. It was a Monday makeup lesson, but this is actually new. So I pretty much use it in the same way that I did before. I kind of outline the brows with it, but I'm really loving it. I think it's really good. If I'm really in a hurry, I'll only use some brow gel. I won't go to the effort of doing this whole routine, because that can be a little bit too much. What I like to do with my eyebrows is sort of have that kind of ombre style, so it's like lighter and then going darker on the outer edge, but everyone's different. The cool thing about this brush in particular is it actually has little bristles that kind of go like this, or a little bit choppier, so that they actually catch each individual hair. It's sort of like if a spoolie and an angle brush had a baby, this is what it would end up being like. And then I just go in with some brow gel. At the moment, I've been using the Catrice eyebrow filler. I like the warmth of this, because that espresso shade that I have on already, it's quite gray toned, and this just adds a little bit of warmth, so it matches with my hair a bit better. So I'm actually not going to apply anything on my eyes. I'm not going to use eyeshadow. I don't use eyeshadow every day, but I always apply lots of mascara. So I'm going to curl my eyelashes to begin with, because you guys told me that I wasn't allowed to use false eyelashes in this video. So I'm going to work my butt off, try and get my natural lashes to look half decent. So my eyelashes are curled, and they're super curled. And then I go in with my mascara, and I do a couple of coats of mascara. And I love this Flormar mascara. It's really cool and kind of gimmicky. But the brush actually changes into 3 different brushes. So you have like the full long one, and then you twist it and it twists, so you get like more of a curve, and then you twist it again and it gets really bulky, so you end up with like volume. And yeah, it's kind of gimmicky, but I actually really like the formula as well. And a lot of you guys were asking me to use more Flormar because it's more readily available in your country, so I really wanted to try and use it more. When you're not applying eyeshadow, I think you really just have to build up your lashes. So the eyes are done. I'm going to move it back onto the face. You guys told me I wasn't allowed to use a highlighter or a contour, so I've gone for this blush, which is kind of a highlighted blush, kind of peachy, kind of pinky. Everyone can kind of wear it. It shows up differently, I think, on different people's skin. It's just one of those kind of shades, and it has kind of an iridescent glow, so it's sort of like using a highlighter. Moving on to the lips, I'm going to use two shades that I love. I'm a huge fan of matte lipsticks, even though my lips hate me for it, but I love these two shades. It's number 10 and number 7, and I start off with Nudist. So I just go around the edge with that one, and then I go in the middle with the lighter one. But that is pretty much what I would wear day to day. So if you see me out and about, this is probably what I'm wearing. Just my brows, lots of lashes, and a matte lipstick, and keeping the skin sort of just covered without being cakey or too heavy. And the fact that we have that powder on top of that cream will just make sure it lasts all day for you. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see anything else, then always do let me know in the comments, and I will try and get back to you and try and do a video for you as soon as possible. And I will talk to you guys on Monday.